Good evening and welcome to Fan Talk with me, your host Alfonso. I hope you're all having a great night, just as great as was coming on tonight's show. So, my guest for tonight is a member of the official student publication of Far Eastern University, the FEU Advocate. She joined last 2013 and started as the probationary writer, and then she promoted to junior from senior features writer. Last 2015, she became the features editor of the features section, and this year she is the editor-in-chief of FEU Advocate. So without further ado, let me introduce to you my guest for tonight. She is Bea Manalaysay. So what made you join FEU Advocates?
Actually, at first, since I was a sales rep, I really didn't know what advocate was back then. However, I was friends with Harris and Kayla, and they were the ones who told me that they wanted to join organizations. It was my second sem here in FEU, and I was just literally asked if I wanted to join with them. Then I was like, what is Advocate? And they said that it's the publication. Then Advocate is currently looking for staffers, for writers. And back then, I've always wanted to write, though not necessarily for the newspaper. And then when we went there, we just took the entrance exam, and then luckily I was one of those that were chosen to take the second part, which is the interview. And then I became a member on my first year on second sem.
So, why did you choose the features as your section when you joined Advocate?
So back then, I asked which sections needed writers. They mentioned news, features, sports, and Filipino and literary. Of all, actually, I'm more onto news writing since we had journalism classes, and my professor told me that I can write. Then she actually taught us only news writing since it's just journalism one. So I had no background in feature writing. So what I thought back then was maybe I could try writing and I would learn it eventually if I joined the org. Rather than just depend on my professor, perhaps I could learn it if I try feature writing. So yeah, it's the main reason.
Okay. So, were there any struggles you experienced in your working for Advocate?
Yes, there are a lot.
Like, what are those some problems you had?
Okay, so first, since I've been a member for, since I was in first year, I managed to be promoted several times. So from being a probationary features writer, I became a junior, and then a senior. Last year, I was the features editor, and right now I'm the editor-in-chief. Of all the positions, I've always handled different struggles. Probably the first would be balancing between academics and writing or organizational work. After all, Advocate is extracurricular. There are no specific benefits such as scholarship or honorarium. So you only just do it for experience and just to learn. So since it is extracurricular, of course, I have to prioritize academics. But that doesn't mean that even though I am prioritizing academics, I have to let go of my responsibilities in the org. So that's the main part. But as I escalate in terms of position, since right now I'm the editor-in-chief, the problems became harder in the sense that I am not just thinking of work, but I am actually thinking of the whole organization itself, especially that it is after all the official student publication. So yeah.
How about with your co-members in the organization? Do you encounter problems working with them, or it was smooth?
Generally, I really didn't have problems since if you join Advocate, you're mostly going to think of it as professional or you're only going to mostly think of work. However, I gained friends and acquaintances. So, I guess if I was able to establish more relationships back then or until now, it made the working smoother. Also, perhaps maybe it includes the work. If you said problems, perhaps maybe in my experience with my past editors, the ones that work as some kind of boss, the higher ups. Probably when I'm trying to improve myself. Perhaps there were problems because of course they would comment on my mistakes, on what I needed to do to improve. Though I like criticisms, maybe getting them all the time is not really the best thing. At times, depends. Especially when ACADS join the problems and other things I am thinking.
So here, Benner, get to be promoted in your positions from a probationary writer and now as the EIC. So can you share to us what keeps you motivated in achieving your goals?
Motivated. Okay, so first, just like when I first joined, it wasn't really my goal. Back then, I was just invited to join, and when I was a member, I just thought na it's fun. It's fun to be with org, it's fun to do work, it's fun to learn, and it's fun to be with people. Even when I was promoted, I wasn't really thinking of becoming an editor-in-chief. So right now, perhaps just what keeps me going is, well, whoever are the people there that are supporting me. Because even if I wasn't thinking of becoming where I am now or reaching wherever I am now, these people continue to support me in whatever I want to do, in whatever they think that would fit me, or in whatever I am doing or where I am. These are my friends and my family. So
So how do you manage yourself for academics and advocate?
manage. I can't really say that it's time management because I think that's the usual answer you get from people. I mean, there will really be times that you can't just manage your time, especially this time when we had our thesis defended. There were times that I was just really crying and just thinking that how am I supposed to do all of these things? Even I didn't really think that I had to quit advocate, but at times I think if I didn't have advocate, I'd be able to focus on my academics more. If you ask how I manage, I can't really answer that I manage it because I manage my time. Actually, it's not. I guess I just really pray and I just keep on my mind that I have to do this. Though there will always be sacrifices, I have to sacrifice my time with my friends, with my family. Then recently, even my health was included. That I wasn't, because I was too busy, I had to take a lot of medicines and vitamins.
So how was your experience being the EIC of advocate? Was there any pressure?
Pressure. I'm not really the type to be that pressured. Though I can say that I expected it, but the previous editor-in-chief, the previous managing editor, my friends, the other editors, and the other people who joined Advocate the same time as me, my batchmates in Advocate, they kept telling me that I'd eventually become an editor-in-chief or reach a higher position. Right now that I'm here, it's not all fun and games. Um, Apart from balancing it with academics, I think the real challenge of becoming an editor-in-chief is that I have to make sure that Advocate would survive. Um, when I was a staffer, I didn't think that the responsibility was this big. I didn't think that the editor-in-chief was facing these kinds of problems. And now that I'm here, I'm just wondering what can I actually do to fill my purpose. So yeah, but even if that's the case, as I said a while ago, I have the people who support me. It's a cliche answer, but actually, it's these people are just really the ones that keep me going.
Amen. So as an EIC, do you motivate your staff? If yes, how?
It depends because as an editor-in-chief, I try to give an image that even though I'm approachable, I have to maintain this air that I am the editor-in-chief. It's not because I want to be, it's not because I have an attitude or anything, but I think establishing an air that you are supposed to be respected will help in dealing with the staff. So right now, if you ask me if I motivate, yes I do, but it depends. Like, are these people asking me for suggestions for ways to improve themselves, or do they come to me so that they will be motivated? So yeah, if they do, yes, of course. It's part of the training and it's part of becoming editor-in-chief.
And lastly, what is your message to all those who are aspiring writers?
Aspiring writers. Okay, you just have to write, as in you have to write and you have to read. Because if you just write as in based just on whatever you know, I think that's just really, you will really lack a lot of things. You read because you learn after reading. And when you write, you train yourself in writing. And whenever you read, it will actually be part of whatever you are writing. It will help you. So, it's up to you actually. As long as you want to write, you'll write. And as long as you want to write, you'll read.
That's all. Thank you.
And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Join me again next time only here on Fan Talk.